Hi my dear friends, once again welcome back. Today we are going to discuss the second portion of quadratic equations and how to solve the quadratic equations. So this section we are going to adopt a new method that is called completing the square method. Okay. So how to solve a quadratic equations by completing the square, that we are going to discuss today. Here is the method. Suppose we have an equation like this, x square plus bx is equal to, say, suppose it is equal to k. So that is a quadratic equation. So we want to convert that into a perfect square. So for that, we have to take the coefficient of x first. That is the term with x. Here it is b. So identify the coefficient of x. Okay. Then take the half of that. It is b, so we have to take, so x square plus bx is equal to k. So take the coefficient of x first, that is b. Take the half of it. So x square plus bx, half of that is b by 2. Then add the square of that one on both sides. Okay. So this will become a perfect square. Then you have to complete the square, you just take x from this one and b by 2 from this one, and it is x plus b by 2 the whole square is equal to k plus b by 2 the whole square. So look at this side. Means on the left side, you can see that x plus b by 2 the whole square, that is a perfect square. So this is the method to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. So that you have to remember one thing, take the coefficient of x first, half of that one, square that term, and then add that on both sides. So that will give you that will convert the left side into a perfect square. Now we can solve that one with the help of, as we've done in the previous cases. Okay. Now let us discuss some examples from this one, how to solve that by this method. Okay, so this is the first question. Solve by completing the square. X square plus 8x is equal to 40. So for that, first we have to take the coefficient of x, that is 8, take the half of that one, then write that one as, the half of that one is 4. So you just square it. And the other side, it is 48. Plus, you have to add the same number on both sides. So this is 4. So we have to add the square of that one, that is 16. Does that make sense? So first we take the half of that one, that is 4. Then as the middle sign is plus, you have to keep plus here. So x plus 4 the whole square is equal to 48, and then add the square of that term on the other side. So we get x plus 4 the whole square is equal to 48 plus 16, that is 64. Okay. Now take the square root on both sides, that is square root of x plus 4 the whole square is x plus 4, that's equal to square root of 64, that is plus or minus 8. So we can consider this as two cases. First one, x plus 4 is equal to 8, or x plus 4 is equal to negative 8. If x plus 4 is equal to 8, we can subtract 4 from both sides. So that eliminated 4 from this side, and you will get x is equal to 8 minus 4, and it is 4. So that is the first solution. And if it is this one, we have to subtract 4 from both sides, and that will eliminate this 4, and you will get x is equal to negative 12. So we have x is equal to 4 and x is equal to negative 12. So these are the solution of the given quadratic equation. Okay, now let us solve the second one. And this one, x square plus 4x is equal to negative 21. What we want to do, take the coefficient of x, 4. So x, now the middle sign is 4, so we have to keep plus. I mean the middle sign is plus, so that we have to keep plus here. 4, take the half, that is 2. Now we can write x plus 2 the whole square. That's the method. And then negative 21 there, then add the square of that term to the other side. 4. Okay. So it will be x plus 2 the whole square is equal to negative 21 plus 4, that is negative 17. Right? Now take the square root on both sides. So x plus 2, the whole square root is equal to x plus 2 equal to plus or minus square root of negative 17. And that is x plus 2 equals, we know this is plus or minus, and we have a negative sign inside the radical, so that can be written as negative sign inside, so that will convert that into I, right? Because you know I is equal to square root of negative 1. So that's why. So negative square root of plus or minus. Negative 1 becomes, when we will represent it as I, so it is plus or minus I times root 17. Okay. So as in the previous case, let us take it as two cases. Case 1, x plus 2 is equal to I root 17, and that is case 1. Okay, so we can subtract 2 from both sides, so that will give you the value of x is equal to negative 2 plus I root 17. Got it? Now we can take the second case, case 2, that's equal to, case 2 means the other one, that is x plus 2 is equal to negative I root 17. Again, subtract 2 from both sides, eliminate 2, so that we'll get x is equal to negative 2 minus I square root of 17. So we have two solutions. One is this one, and other is the conjugate of that one. So that's the way in which you are finding out the solution of the quadratic equations with the help of completing the square. Okay. Now let us have another one. Number 3. Solve the quadratic y square minus 18y is equal to negative 6 by using the same method. Okay. So take the coefficient of y here, that is negative 18. So the half of that one, that is negative 9. So the first term is y minus 9, the square. And why it becomes negative here? Because this sign is negative. In the last cases, the sign is positive, that's why we keep positive here. But in this case, it is negative, so that's why y minus 9, the whole square. So take the coefficient of y, that is negative 18, half of that, that is 9, so we will keep like this way, equal to negative 6, that is here. Now take the square of this one, 9, that is, 9 square is 81, so we have to add that on both sides, the same method. Okay, so we will get y minus 9 the whole square is equal to, so it is negative 6 plus 81, that is 75. Okay, so now what? Now we want to take the square root on both sides. So taking the square root means square root on both sides. So it will be y minus 9 equal to plus or minus square root of 75. Okay, now we can we have to find y, the value of y. So plus 9 on both sides, and that will give you y is equal to 9 plus 9, that is 9 plus or minus square root of 75. Okay, so One value is y is equal to 9 plus square root of 75, and the other one is y is equal to 9 minus square root of 75. Okay, and if you need, you can simplify that 75 like this way. You know, 75 is equal to what? 75 divided by 5. So it is 15. Again 5, 3. So this is a square root. So group of 2. Take 1 from that one. So it will be 5 square root of 3. Okay. So we can replace that by 9 plus 5 square root of 3, or y is equal to 9 minus 5 square root of 3. Okay, so that are the solution of this quadratic equation. Does that make sense? Okay. Now let us have another one. That is this one, x square plus 10x plus 4 is equal to 15. Okay, so first we can simplify this one as x square plus 10x. We want to eliminate that 4 from here. So 10x. So to eliminate that 4 from there, we want to subtract that 4 from both sides. So minus 4 minus 4. That will give you x square plus 10x. This get cancelled. You will get it as 11, right? So we will get x square plus 10x is equal to 11. Okay. Now we can do the same thing. Take the coefficient of x, 10. Take the half of that one. So keep x here, and this sign is plus, so you have to keep plus here, and take the half of that one, that is 5. Square it. It's equal to 11, and then you have to add the square of that one, that is 25. Okay, so x plus 5 the whole square is equal to 10 plus 25. So we can rewrite like this way, x plus 5 the whole square is equal to 11 plus 25, that is 36. Now take the square root on both sides. So that will give you x plus 5 equal to, you know, square root of 36 is 6. So we can write it as plus or minus 6. So we have two solutions. One is x plus 5 equal to plus 6, or x plus 5 equal to negative 6. Right? So we can find the value of x. So negative 5 on both sides. Eliminate. X is equal to 6 minus 5, 1. And subtract 5 from both sides. That will give you x is equal to negative 11. So we have two solutions. X is equal to 1 and x is equal to negative 11. Okay. Now let us check whether it satisfies or not. So we have already declared that this is a solution of the given quadratic equation. Let us check whether it is correct or not. Okay, let us substitute that value of x equal to 1 in this equation. So it becomes 1 square plus 10 times 1 plus 4. So 1 plus 10 plus 4, that is 15, right? So that is this side. So that means it satisfies the given equation, right? So that is a solution. Now again we can substitute that value of negative 11 also there. So, okay, so we can substitute x is equal to negative 11. So it is negative 11 square plus, okay, so negative 11 square plus 10 times negative 11. So negative 11 plus 4. Let us verify is that equal to 15 or not. So it is 121 minus 11 times, no, 10 times negative 11 is 110 plus 4. So it will be 11, because 121 minus 110 is equal to 11 plus 4, that's equal to 15. So therefore x is equal to 1 and x is equal to negative 11 are the solution of this quadratic equation. Okay, so I think that makes sense. Okay, now let us have another one, that is number 5. Okay, so this is 3x squared minus 12x minus 15 equal to 0. as in the previous case, let us write this as 3x square minus 12x. We want to shift this negative 15 to the other side, so we can add 15 on both sides. So that will eliminate this 15 and that 15 goes to the other side. Okay, so it is 0 plus 15 is equal to 15. Okay, now here is an important thing. So far we have discussed the questions with the leading coefficient. That means the coefficient of x square is 1. If it is not equal to 1, then we want to convert that into 1. So how to convert the coefficient of x square into 1 first? So you know this is 3x square. So to convert that into 1, we want to divide each term with a 3. This one. So 3, 3. Okay. So this 3 get cancelled. And you know this is x square. And this is negative 4. So we can write it as negative 4. And we know 3 times 5 is 15. So we can write it as 5. Okay. So now the coefficient of x square is 1. If the coefficient of x square is 1, look at the coefficient of x. And the method is the same. So take the half of that one. So we can write x here. The middle term is negative. So we can write negative. And 4, half of that one, 2. So it will be x minus 2, the whole square. It's equal to 5 is here. And then add the square of that one. That is 4. Okay. So x minus 2 the whole square is equal to 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, so take the square root on both sides. So x minus 2 the whole square, when we take the square root, that becomes x minus 2. Right? And this is equal to, what is square root of 9? Plus or minus 3. So x minus 2 equal to 3. Or x minus 2 equal to negative 3, right? Okay, so when we add 2 on both sides, so these 2 get cancelled, so we will get x is equal to 5 here. And here also we can add 2 on both sides, so that will lead you to x is equal to negative 1. So we have 2 solutions, x is equal to 5 or x is equal to negative 1. Again, we can check whether x is equal to 5 or x is equal to negative 1 satisfies the given equation. Okay, so that we can substitute that one for this. So 3 times 5 square minus 12 times 5 minus 15. Let us verify that is equal to 0 or not. Okay, so 3 times 25, 5 square is 25. Minus 12 times 5 is 60, minus 15. Okay, so this is 75. 25 times 3 is 75, minus this is 75. So that is equal to 0, right? So that is a solution. Okay. And similarly, we can try x is equal to negative 1 also. So 3 times negative 1 square minus 12 times negative 1. I can keep that inside the parenthesis. Minus 15. So 3 times negative 1 square is 1. So 3 times 1 minus plus. So that becomes plus 12 minus 15. 3 plus 12 minus 15. And you know 15 minus 15, that's equal to 0. I just want to verify whether it is a solution or not. Okay. So that satisfies the equation. So that's why it is a solution. So what are the solutions of that given equation? X is equal to 5 and x is equal to negative 1. So the main thing we want to concentrate or focus is that the coefficient of leading coefficient, means the coefficient of the leading term, that is x square, should be 1. If it is not equal to 1, then we want to convert that into 1 by dividing with this term. Then the same procedure means we are to take the coefficient of x, take the half, and like this way, complete the square. Okay. Now let us solve this equation, that is 2x square minus 3x is equal to 20. Again, you can see that the coefficient of x square, the leading coefficient, is not equal to 1. It is 2. So what we want to do? We want to divide each term with that 2, right? So we can divide with the 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So the leading coefficient becomes 1 because it is 2 over 2 x squared minus 3 over 2 times x is equal to 20 over 2, that we know 10. Okay, so we can write it as 10. Now look at the coefficient of x, 3 over 2. Take the half of that one. So this is x square, so we will keep x here. And this sign is minus, so we will keep minus here. Take the half of that one. To take the half of that one, you just multiply 2 to the bottom part. Okay, so that becomes 3 over 4. So that is the method. So just multiply one more 2 with the bottom part. So that is the half of that one. Okay, so 3 over 2. The half of that one, to get the half of that, you just multiply the bottom part with the 2. Okay, so that will be x minus 3 by 4 and the whole square equal to 10 is already there. Now we want to take the square of this term, the second term. What is the square of that one? And add that to this side, that is 3 by 4, the square is this one. Okay, so I will explain it once again. So first of all, we have to convert the coefficient of leading coefficient into 1, so that we are divide each term with 2. Now we get the coefficient of x term as 3 over 2. Now take the half of that one, that is 3 over 2, half. To get the half of that, you just multiply the bottom part with the 2. That is always the same. Okay, so the first term x, then keep this sign minus here. Then the half of that one, that is 3 over 4, and then square. And then add the square of that one to the other side, 3 over 4, the whole square. So it will become x minus 3 over 4, the whole square is equal to 10 plus, what is the square of 3? 9, square of 4, 16. Okay. So this side, we can simplify that side. So we have 16 here, we have an odd term here. So we want to equalize the denominator so that we can multiply that with the 16 on bottom and top plus 9 over 16. No change for that one. Okay. Now the denominators are the same. 16, 10 times 16, 160 plus 9. Okay. So we multiply both numerator and denominator with the 16 to equalize the denominator on both terms, so to 16. Then do the multiplication. 10 times 6, that is 160. 10 times 16, that is 160 plus 9. Okay, so that is 169 over 16. So this is x minus 3 over 4, the whole square. Okay, now we want to take the square root on both sides. So it is the square root. So it will be x minus 3 over 4 equal to 169. Square root of 169 is, that will should always be plus or minus. So square root of 169 is 13, and the square root of 16 is 4. So we can write it as 13 over 4. Okay. Now we can take the, we have to find the value of x. So first case, x minus 3 by 4 is equal to 13 over 4, means plus 13 over 4. So plus 3 over 4 on both sides. Okay. So this eliminates. So x equal to 13 over 4 plus 3 over 4. Denominators are the same. We can add the numerator. 13 plus 3, 16 over 4. That's equal to 4. So that is the first solution. So x is equal to 4. Okay. Now we can do the same thing here. It's x minus 3 over 4 is equal to negative 13 over 4. Negative. Add 3 over 4 on both sides. So that eliminates x is equal to negative 3 over 4 plus 3 over 4. That's equal to negative 10 over 4, because the denominators are the same. So we can simplify The numerical part means the top part. So negative 13 plus 3, that is equal to negative 10. Okay, so that becomes, we can simplify that with negative 5 times 2 over 2 times 2, that is 4. 2 get cancelled. So we will get x is equal to negative 5 over 2. Okay, so we have two solutions. One is x is equal to 4 and the other one is x is equal to negative 5 over 2. Okay. Okay, dear students. So this is the method to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. Okay. I think that makes sense. You have to practice more questions and we can see with more problems, and we can move on to the next section, and we can discuss that in another video. Okay, so till then, goodbye.